Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so, and don't forget to put on your bell notifications so you will be notified each time I upload a new video. I would love to get all of you guys on board and follow me during this journey. And today we are going to talk about stating desires. This is something that's very important, it's very interesting, and it can be life-changing. So keep watching if you're interested in getting to know how to state your desires the right way and make all your desires become your reality. So when stating your desires, first thing I want you to know when you state your desires is that it works for every area in your life. The law of attraction is not something that's limited, that only gives you the possibility to manifest certain things. It helps you to manifest anything. So look at all the areas in your life. It can be your job, love, relationships, physical health, spiritual health, emotional health, your physique, just anything, your regular health. There are so many things that you can work on, and you can work on all these areas in your life. You can use and apply the law of attraction to all these areas in your life. So that makes it really interesting. So the first thing that you do is stating your goals. Goals, what are goals? For each area in your life, look at what goals do you have for that area. Are there certain areas that are more important to you? Areas that you would like to focus on more, then focus on that. Focus on what is a priority to you at the moment. We all have busy lives, we all have responsibilities, but there is always some time to work on yourself, to improve yourself, to give yourself the opportunity to feel proud when you accomplish your goals. And I do feel that people who set goals are in general more content about themselves because they keep challenging themselves, they keep growing, they keep developing new ways to discover themselves. And also when you set goals, you're actually keeping track of progress that you're making because you're working towards your goal. Whereas if you don't set goals, you're just living your life and everything is like just happening to you. So I do think it's very important to set goals. It helps you to move forward in life, to discover more of yourself, and most importantly, get the most out of this life. You only have one life, so are you really trying to waste it? I wouldn't think so. So the thing is that when you set goals, it doesn't have to be a big thing. It can be short-term goals, it can be long-term goals. It's anything that you want to focus on at the moment. So once you identify your goals, say for example you are trying to start a business. I use this as an example because it's quite concrete and easy to comprehend when I'm talking about that. So when you start a business, you have to have knowledge. You have to know your audience, your products, your market, what investments are you going to do. There's a lot of things you need to know. If you identify all of the aspects that you would need to start a successful business, then you know what the tools are that you would need to start this business. So that's like breaking the goal down in like smaller parts. If your goal is just I want to be happy, well, even then you could define for yourself what aspects for me decide that I'm living a happy and joyful life. Is it spending time with family, spending time with friends, being able to do what you love, exercising 2-3 times a week, feeling good about your body, about your physique, about your health. Once you've identified all these things, you need to drink some water because my throat is hella dry. Okay, the next thing is making affirmations, because once you know what your goals are, you know what you need, what the goal consists of, and what small parts are part of this goal. So what is an affirmation? An affirmation is a sentence that you say or write down which represents something that you want to be, you want to feel, or how you want to become, who you want to become. It says something about who you want to be. So I would recommend to say these affirmations out loud because energy is power. So you're already manifesting something by thinking it, but by speaking it out loud, it has even more power. And if you would want to write it down as a reminder, I would recommend to do it with paper and pen. I mean, you can do it behind a computer, but you're not really connected to a computer, you're just like typing words, so your mind is connected with the affirmations, but your computer isn't. So when you use pen and paper, you're putting the energy of your mind and your body onto the paper and the affirmation that you're writing. And therefore you create a way stronger energy towards manifesting that affirmation, because what you're actually doing is you're telling yourself something continuously until you believe it, and that is that you're slowly putting it into your subconscious mind, so you will actually start to feel like it. So for example, if I would say to myself each day, I am worthy, I am happy, I am successful. Those are affirmations that are empowering. Those are affirmations that can give you a good feeling. And by saying that every day, you will start to feel like these affirmations. At the same time, what you're doing is raising your vibration to a higher energy, because you're saying something to make you feel better. And the important thing when stating these affirmations is that you keep in mind to phrase them the right way. I've mentioned this before, but this is what this video is about. You need to put these affirmations in a positive way. I'm worthy, I'm beautiful, I'm excited, I'm joyful, I'm successful. And not say things like, I don't want to be sad, I don't want to be depressed, I don't want to be unsuccessful. Because the last word in all these sentences are miserable, unsuccessful, unhappy, not joyful. These are the affirmations you're putting out into the universe. So I just want you to look at yourself in this moment and think about all the times where you have said these affirmations to yourself. Do you understand that thinking that way actually attract these things into your life, and that you're focusing on the affirmation to attract the things that you don't want? I used the example in the previous video, like when you go to a restaurant, you order what you want. You don't order everything on the menu that you don't want, because that wouldn't be logical, right? Well, the same with the law of attraction. You focus on the affirmation that you want in your life. You don't focus on the wrong thing. So maybe when you try to state these affirmations, just write down first on paper everything that crosses your mind, just in the way that it crosses your mind. So don't think about positive phrasing, and then you can draw a line, and on the other side you can actually write the affirmations in the way they are supposed to be. So for example, I don't want to feel miserable, you can have on the left side, and then on the right side you can have, I want to feel joyful and happy at all times. And that's a very powerful affirmation that will give you a positive feeling instead of a miserable feeling. And that applies for every area in your life. Like, I don't want to fail my exam, I want to graduate easily and effortlessly. Put some positive words in it to make the affirmation even stronger. That's what you need to say to yourself. Because if you're saying negative affirmations to yourself, you're constantly tearing yourself down, and it will not benefit you in any way, because you will become your affirmations. And it is already happening when you're just thinking them. So it's important when you catch yourself thinking something negative to turn it into something positive, to make it into an empowering affirmation. And this is a process that can take a lot of time. This is not something that just happens from one on the other day. For me, it has cost me maybe a couple months to really get into being positive. And even after years, you really become that strong that you do that automatically on a regular basis, and you don't even think about a negative thought. And when I look back at the way I was thinking before I discovered the law of attraction, and I was used to look at those optimistic people, and I always admired them, because I thought, how is it possible that these people are so positive all the time? I just didn't understand until I was really trying to get into positive thinking. And now looking back on the way I thought before, I cannot even believe how toxic the way I was thinking was. And during that time, the way I was thinking wasn't toxic in general, but it's just a way different way of thinking than I do now. And in that moment, for me, that way of thinking was normal. I didn't know any better. And that's the thing. Sometimes you think you're doing okay, you're doing well, but it's because you don't know better. You don't know more. You don't have the knowledge. You don't have the tools to improve yourself and be better. I mean, you can read books all you want, but it will only make an impact in the moment you start practicing things and changing things into your life. And so I was talking about goals previously, and when you have these goals and you have looked at the different parts that are part of these goals, when you state your affirmations, then you should focus on these smaller parts and making affirmations about these smaller parts. So you know what affirmations to focus on that will help you to make you successful for your goal. The difficult thing about the affirmation is that you're focusing on something most of the time that is not true yet, because you're talking about the person who you want to become. But you shouldn't be that concerned with the fact that it isn't true. That's what the law of attraction is for. That's what these affirmations are for, to bring you into a state in which you were not before, to bring you into a new state, a more empowered state, a state that you have created by creating your own affirmations and repeating them to yourself. And repetition is power, guys. Repetition is power. People who are successful, who achieve things, or who slay their goals, they don't slay their goals because they try one time. They tried 5,000 times. They don't care how many times they fall. They're going to keep going until they make it, until they do succeed, and until they do achieve that goal. That's how it works. You should never give up. It doesn't matter what your dream is, what your desire is, even if it's something small. You have to believe in it. And by making these affirmations, you're actually already training your subconscious mind to believe in what you're trying to do. You focus on the things that you do want. You're not going to go around asking for everything that you don't want. Hi, I want to be miserable. Hi, I want to be sad. Hi, I want to be lonely. Hi, I want to be depressed. Who does that? And perhaps you're now laughing at this moment and think it's funny, but that's actually how a lot of people think, and that's the normal way of thinking, because we don't realize a lot of the times that we're telling ourselves these like toxic affirmations because we don't realize it are affirmations. We don't realize these things are affecting us. We don't realize we are placing these things in our subconscious mind on such a deep level that we actually believe it, and we say it like it means nothing, but it means a lot. So be aware of what you tell yourself, and it already starts before you have spoken any word. Be aware of your thoughts. It's so important, it's so crucial, and it's difficult. I know that. It takes time to change the way you think and to become the glass is half full person instead of the glass is half empty person. But I promise you, once you become the glass is half full person, the optimistic version of yourself, the version of yourself that sees opportunities in every difficulties instead of seeing difficulties in every opportunity, you will be grateful, because you will start to see everything in life from a different perspective, and you will see opportunities everywhere. You will have a different level of belief of yourself. You will have a different level of confidence, because your mindset will be, I can do it, I will do it, I will get everything in life that I desire, because I believe that it's meant to happen for me and that I am worthy of receiving it. And that's a very different way of motivating yourself, as opposed to saying, I don't know if I can make it, I don't know if I'm good enough, I don't know how to do it, I don't know if anybody will support me. I already get drained by talking this way. I don't know about you guys. You know, I also, with my environment, like, I need friends who are excited for me, who are rooting for me. You need people with energy around you, people that are excited, people that are cheering for you and give you also that energy and motivation. That's why in the previous video I talked about environment. It's important, because if your environment is not okay, it will drain you. The thing you have 100% control over is yourself, and you do have a certain control over your environment, and that's the importance of realizing that and using it to your power. So be creative when you state your goals. Think about the stars, think about the moon. Don't think about just anything. Think about special things that you want to accomplish. The third thing I want to talk about is not necessarily belief, but just an understanding that you have to put into your mind, is that when you state these goals, don't think that some things are not possible. That's the beautiful thing of the law of attraction. Anything is possible. Everything that you want in life is already on this planet. You are on this planet. Your desire is on this planet, because everything that you want is already on this planet. So know that you are here, your desire is here, and the only thing that you have to do is bring these two together. And when you realize that everything that you want is already on this planet, then you wouldn't have to ask yourself the question if it's possible for you to get there, to get to your desired destination. You will, but you have to get rid of the limiting beliefs, like putting limitations on yourself, on your goals, on what you can achieve. That's something you really need to let go of. So that's why I tell you guys, it's important to have patience. Be patient. Believe in yourself, be patient, and give it time. It's something you really have to get into and believe that it works, because if you just be positive for 3 days, then what is going to happen? The next day you are negative, and then what? You're not going to be the new best version of yourself. You're not going to attract magical things into your life. I mean, if you go to the gym for 3 or 2 days and you stop after, you will still have that killer body. I don't think so. If you study for 2 or 3 days and the last 10 days for the exam you don't study, you're gonna ace the exam? I don't think so. I think I've talked long enough for today, but I hope this was an informative video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I hope to see you in my next video.